You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Folks, again, you're seeing what's happening here. Now you talk about pressure that's being applied as well. That is, a number of companies, a number of investors representing $620 billion have said to the Washington Redskins, take that name off of the team. Well, guess what? This just in, the folks at FedEx, the ones who pay the field rights, stadium rights name, they issued this statement. Go to my iPad. FedEx has asked the Washington Redskins to change its name. Here's the statement. We have communicated to the team in Washington our request that they change the team name. Reese, I keep trying to tell people, money talks. And as Richard Pryor said in Car Wash, bullshit walks.
Bullshit walks. Exactly. That is how you have to hit it. We live in a capitalist society, for better or for worse. The better part of it is how we can apply pressure to these companies that won't do it out of altruism, that don't want to do it out of being on the side of ethics and morality and decency. That's where the money talks and the bullshit walks. And at the end of the day, these companies are seeing that to be corporate, the whole notion of corporate responsibility is a thing that they have to be much more conscientious about, and they have to be a lot more consistent about in terms of not just saying these things, but actually putting their money where their mouth is. And so this is really incredible pressure that's being put on Snyder, and he's going to have to make the decision if he's going to side with white supremacy, if he's going to side against the long-standing demands from the Native American community to change this just racist name and do the right thing.
Erica, why this is huge, 87 investment firms and shareholders worth a combined $620 billion, they didn't send letters to the Redskins. They sent letters to Nike, FedEx, and PepsiCo saying, cut ties. Those companies are afraid of those investors pulling their money out of their stock. That's why FedEx sent that letter.
Yep, and we're in a great moment for letters like those to be fired off. People are now understanding the moment that we're in, and that the incredible public pressure is really being felt, not just in those big corporations, but for those that really do help to kind of prop those up. And if I could just go back to the Pentagon piece to kind of thread it all in, where we're talking about renaming these bases, specifically those 10 bases, Army bases that are named after Confederate generals, treasonous folks, is that also the Pentagon is talking about that there needs to be an advisory panel, that not the Pentagon, but there is also within that provision that the Pentagon actually report out in 90 days how they're moving through that process, and then also creating an advisory panel. We're looking at the military being about almost 50% Black, and then we're also looking at that less than 1% of the actual nation is in the military. When we think about the moment that we're in for incredible public pressure, that we're seeing it not only with the renaming of these bases, but then we're also seeing with this whole Washington Redskin business that has been going on for decades. This is really a moment where we're going to be able to see where people are standing in their hearts. For Dan Snyder to say that they're not really offending the Native American community, and then actually, sing out the words of the song, it is offensive to the Native American and indigenous population. And so people are going to have to make not just decisions for their dollars, but historical decisions as well.
Real simple, Greg. Money talks. The reason you're seeing the changes in the 5.5 weeks after the death of George Floyd is because people begin to press the money levers. And that's what I keep saying. In fact, I've been making the arguments to other people. They keep saying, well, how can we change the VC culture when it comes to investment? I said, no. What you do is you have the you have the VCs at the top. They're the ones who are sitting here investing in all these companies. But where are they getting their money from? They're getting their money from these pension funds. Well, there are money managers who control these pension funds. So now you have to then ask, okay, well, where are they getting the money from? From public workers. The largest percentage of Black wealth in America rests in the hands of public workers. And this is what I have been saying. And I need everybody who's watching me. If you are black and you are a city, a county, a state, a federal worker, if you work for a school district, it doesn't matter. If you're a public worker, your pension dollars, your pension, your money is being pulled together, Greg, as a collective. And then those pension funds are the largest investors in Wall Street. So if you want to change Wall Street, if you want to change how venture capitalism look, if you want to change how those white-led investment firms look, all that needs to happen is these black public workers need to rise up and say, who is the investment fund controlling our money? Where are your black partners? What the companies you're investing in, where are their black board members and black senior execs? If you don't change your policies, we're not going to invest in your companies. That will change the entire structure, Greg.
That's exactly right, Roland. And it's clear that business people can count. And as you said, they're following the money. And the irony is that even as we see the attack on public unions in this country, which has spanned the last several generations, we see whether it be Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook or whether it be Snyder soon with this Washington football club, they are looking ahead and trying to gauge the momentum of this general strike that's in the street. Even as we need to organize better to express ourselves, the simple fact of the matter is that these companies are realizing that their consumer base is increasingly non-white. You have another element of whites who are now saying Black Lives Matter and may be inclined to spend their dollars elsewhere. And as you said, when you see the rates at which people are getting sick and dying with COVID-19, we know we're essential personnel. We know all the other factors. But one of the factors that the Brookings report reveals as well is that the younger this country is, the more non-white it is. We're not going to be talking about minorities in the same way in the next 20 years. And so as a result, these companies are trying to get ahead of the thing. And when it comes to the Washington Football Club, the DC, the mayor, the city council made it very clear several years ago when they're trying to angle for a new stadium in the district. You're not coming back into the district until you do something about that name.
Right. And first of all, the reason they even got the first black player they got because the head of the Department of Interior told that racist owner, we own the land your stadium is on. You're going to go get you a black ball player. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, the folks at Ceek.com have an incredible offer for you folks. And these are these 360-degree 4D headphones that you can use for music, Bluetooth, you can for gamers, all that sort of stuff. Mary Spiels, a sister, she's actually the inventor of these headphones. Phenomenal. I love the sound of these. They also have the virtual reality headsets, which allow for you to actually watch VR virtual reality videos, 360-degree videos. You just simply pop your phone right into here. And then, of course, if you you can also go like YouTube has an app as well that has a channel that deals with a lot of those VR ads. And so you can actually do all of that, folks. Check this out and pop it on. And guess what? Check out your virtual reality videos. Go to Ceek.com, 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 Ceek.com. Use this promo code right here, RMVIP2020, RMVIP2020 for a discount on these headphones. And then, of course, when you support them, you support this show, Roland Martin Unfiltered.